hate that. The joy of setting up scaffolding with one person. Okay, so this is a row-lock brick windowsill, and we replaced a lot of these. And the reason why we replaced a lot of them is because structurally it's a fairly weak way of making a windowsill. And the problem with the row-lock windowsill is that all these joints are areas for water to get in. Another problem with the roll-lock windowsill is that some bricks aren't really designed to be turned on their side. This particular brick has like a bark pattern, it has all these little grooves, all these ridges, and when you put that brick on the side, water tends to sit in these little holes like a swimming pool, and it'll penetrate into the brick, penetrate in from the joints, and freeze-thaw, expand and contract, and it'll blow the windowsill apart. So we're basically going to take out all these bricks, clean out all the old mortar, get rid of all the stuff that's there, make sure the wood framing behind is in good condition, and then we're going to put in a solid one-piece stone sill that won't allow any water whatsoever to get in, and it's going to have a proper drip edge to make sure the water doesn't get behind the wall. I don't know if you can tell, but the whole sill is moving. So you see how this brick has some green on it?
Yep.
And there's a little bit of green right here on the edge of the wall. So whenever you see green, it's organic growth. Organic growth needs water to survive. So whenever you see organic growth, green, a couple other colors, you always know the water's penetrating into the sill. Okay, so as soon as I see that, I know the water's gonna be a problem. Another thing too, remember I said that the mortar had the bond had broken and it separated? Okay, so the fact that you can see this perfect bed of mortar here, you can see the imprints of all the bricks putting in over here, then you know for sure that the bond is completely separated, it's given away, and it just wasn't attached to the brick anymore, which is why the sill came up so easily. But it'll just make our job easier to get it off. Big sheet like that.
Wow.
Now another problem with this sill is that you see all this mortar, it's all furred up the back, so that's basically blocking the airspace. When you lay the sill, you got to make sure that there's not a lot of mortar dropping in and clogging up the airspace, which will reduce the ventilation of the wall. So all this mortar back there, there's no place for the water to go. If you have a clear airspace, water does get behind the sill, there's lots of room for it to evaporate, there's lots of circulation behind the wall, it's not going to sit and cool, but with all this mortar squished on the back, it's going to cause a major problem. Hopefully the framing isn't damaged. When we get all the mortar cleaned away, we're going to pull away some of this tar paper and see exactly what's going on. But you never know. So we'll find out. Okay, so now that we've got the rough decon done, we've got to do the fine tuning. This is what I call making the opening mason ready. Because right now we've got a lot of dust, a lot of brick chips, little hubs of mortar here, maybe a little bit of mortar on the edges can prevent us from putting the new sill in. So we're going to vacuum everything off, get rid of all the crumbs so we can see what we're dealing with. We're going to chisel off all these little pieces of mortar, make sure we got a nice clean opening, make sure there's no caulking underneath here, take care of the wood, and basically get the opening 100% ready so we can just slide that sill right in. We're almost ready to lay the sill, but we need to make sure that the surface we're laying on is secure. And unfortunately in this case it's not. This brick here is loose, this brick here is loose, that brick's loose. So we're gonna have to take out a bunch of these bricks, clean the mortar off, relay them back down securely to make sure we got a proper base before we put the new sill on. Which is part of the job, can't lay on top of a loose brick.